What's up guys, Nax Tech here, and in this video I'm going to be checking out the web browser performance of the iPad mini. Now I am going to be using Safari just because, I'm not comparing it to anything else at the moment, so I might as well just use the stock browser. So let's get into it. So as I click into it, you see it's nice and fast loading. It's already rendered the Android Central web page because that's what I was probably already on. And I've got to say, I've really enjoyed the experience with this tablet, and it's mainly due to the fact that its form factor rather than its power or anything like that, because the form factor is great. You can hold it in one hand and just walk around with it while surfing the web. Now, in terms of browser performance in general, with iOS devices, they are very smooth, and you can see here, this is no exception. It is very smooth. You can see there's no performance problems. It renders the whole page nicely. There's no blank spots as I quickly zoom around. Pinch to zoom, very responsive. You can see as I take away my fingers, it does quickly clear up the text, which is very, very nice. So let's load up a different website here. And we'll go to The Verge because, it's one of my favorite. And stay tuned because I am going to be comparing this tablet to my Nexus 7 in terms of web browsing as well. So that should be interesting. You can see here it's pretty quick to load, but that probably was in the memory and the cache, so it's not really a fair test. But we'll move on. Let's check the performance. And yeah, very nice. It's very, very smooth, as you'd expect from an iOS device. We're getting used to this smoothness now. It's not really anything special. Pinch to zoom is fantastic. It is, the best. Android just isn't quite there yet, but it's getting close. Now, in terms of actual use of a website, and, it's not all about performance. Sometimes it is about the use. And see these little pull down menus here. Sometimes it's really annoying when you click one and you expect the menu to come down and it doesn't. It just loads the page. It's really annoying. It doesn't happen on desktops, but it does a lot on tablets. So let's see how the iPad mini fares. Say I want to click into products here. I'm going to try and click this little arrow. And that's nice. You can see, in fact, it does open the menu. It didn't click into products and actually load the products web page. It loaded this, which is what I wanted to see. Now, if I click it again, obviously it loads the products. If I press back, and I found one bug to do with this, and here it is, and it is annoying. So say I've opened products here, and it's opened the menu, nice, that's fine. And say, okay, I didn't actually want products, I wanted to check out reviews. Now I click the little reviews arrow, and you'll notice it didn't open the page. It actually just went to reviews, which is frustrating. So that's probably more of a problem with Safari rather than the iPad mini itself, but it's annoying nonetheless. So you've got to watch out for that if you're actually using the browser to say maybe buy something. It might be a little bit more difficult because sometimes things don't work particularly well. Let's go ahead and check out the HTML5 test to see how well. This is really how well the browser supports HTML5 rather than the iPad mini test itself, but we'll head over to it anyway. And you can see it scores 386 and 9 bonus points, which is okay. It's nothing magical. It's decent enough. Yeah. So I'm going to now run over to do some benchmarking. We'll run over to the standard JavaScript test, which is the Sun Spider. And we'll see what scores we get. Obviously, with this test, the lower score is better. So, tablets like, say, the iPad 4 and the Nexus 10 are scoring something around 700 to 800 milliseconds. So that's just a quick bench. We know it's not going to score anywhere near that because, it just isn't, because it hasn't got the same power as those devices. So don't expect it to score that. And yeah, guys, I'm just going to skip to the end of this test because you can see it's going to take a while. So yeah. And there we go, guys. The results are in, and it scored 1522, which is like my iPod Touch 5G, very similar. That's nothing to write home about in terms of performance in JavaScript. It's an average score. It's okay. It's not great, but it's not bad either. So. And it's not all about JavaScript. So we're going to run over now to another test, which is one that's been updated recently, which is BrowserMark. And we're going to check this one out. So you can see I've had some issues with the browser, but in general terms, it's fine. I really like the form factor of the tablet, and that's kind of the main thing in my opinion. It's just a lot easier to use than, say, the iPad 4 while walking around. But yeah, let's launch this and test it out. So again, this is kind of a long benchmark, so I'm going to skip to the end here. Eventually, when it loads up, you'll see that it does eventually load. You can see it's not the quickest browser in the world, but we're not expecting it to be, and I'm expecting a lot faster performance and better screens from the iPad mini 2, which we will inevitably see. So here we go, guys, it's going off. I will skip to the end. And we're back with the results, guys, and let's just zoom in here. And look at that score. That is a very good score, 2,102. Your browser is superior to 75% of all tablet browsers. Now, I've got to say, in this benchmark, iOS devices seem to be performing very, very well compared to Android devices, even though if you look at the best tablets, the Nexus 10 is top of the list, and so is this other Android browser. I don't know if that's custom ROMs or anything like that, but stock devices, iOS is definitely performing very well. And in terms of performance, that's a very good score for the CPU that's in this. And, that's a lot of software optimization from stuff like Safari, which is decent. It's a very good score. So that'll do in terms of benchmarks, guys. And that's pretty much it in terms of performance. I've been impressed with the performance, even though it's not the fastest tablet. I wasn't expecting it to be, so it wasn't much of an issue. Like I said, it's the form factor that really does it for me. I can walk around with it one-handed like this, really simple, and even use it one-handed. You can do it, and that just makes it an absolute breeze to use. So yeah, guys, that's my web performance review. See you guys later.